Hello again. Welcome to one of the series of videos that I'm gonna make about game making. So it's gonna be more about designing a game as we go than usual playthroughs. So the game I'm working on right now, it's called Demonium. It is highly influenced by the Dark Souls type of games, and especially now that we also have this Elden Ring. So I wanted to make a game where you would have like a deck of cards, a little booklet, and just use it to have a RPG experience, solo RPG experience, going through some kind of a hellish, nightmarish world, trying to do some tasks. So I'm not gonna talk about the general idea right now. I'm just gonna show you a model, basically how the combat is working in this game. So for that I just made some cards, not much, we just at the beginning. So I made a class, and there will be 4 different classes you can play with. I made this class which is called Scorned. This is like if you want to play a real hard game, classes basically determine how much difficult the game gonna be. So Scorn is like hard game. You starting with just a bone club, you are like half devoured basically, and as you can see, your character is not like a standard character. It's not like a hero type. It's just like some kind of wretched thing. Alright, and I'm gonna simulate 2 fights in this video. We're gonna fight like a regular little creature, let's call it this one Flesh Mangler, and after that we're gonna try to fight the more advanced one, this Wyvern, which is kind of have flying and all other stuff. But for now we're gonna fight this creature. Alright, so before we do that, let me explain what we have here. Now I made a little note. Basically you will need a piece of paper, and you're gonna track on that piece of paper everything. You're gonna draw a little map, you're gonna write your quest, you're gonna do everything. It's really like a small package RPG. Deck of cards, you need that have I can actually tell you, just a second. I just made today how many of each cards I'm gonna need. So there will be 4 characters or classes. Then you have 10 loot cards, which is basically like construct, just an image of a card, but actual loot. And what, like if you have an image of a sword, you're gonna see on some kind of a chart what kind of a sword is, what kind of how much damage it does, and so on. So 10 loot cards, 5 quest items, that's a specialized items, 7 locations, 5 bosses, 5 mini bosses, and 14 these enemies, like little creatures or things that you can kill. All of that together is basically a deck of 54 cards. And besides that deck, you will have a little booklet with the lore and all kind of charts, which you, instead of rolling dice, we are using actually deck of playing cards. I imported one. I think this was, I like this one. It's kind of fitting the theme. I found it in the workshop for the Tabletop Simulator. And that's all, basically piece of paper, a little booklet, deck of cards, deck of playing cards, and you just have a solo Dark Soul experience. Alright, so let's see what we have here. Let me bring this up. So Scorned, this class, your hand size is 5. That's how many cards you're using for combat and for all other things. You'll see later on as we add more modules how that work. He has a bone club, and this is like you can actually see here on the, it says W weapon, bone club. Then some special ability, I'm going to explain that later, and magic, blood leech. So that's the things I have. So Bone Club has +2 to diamond. Basically, this is the only ability that weapons give you. Now, suits in this game I use for all the stuff, and you'll see how that works. Blood Leech, that's magic I have. It says once per combat, discard heart plus spade to gain hit points, and there is a little like MP inside. That's how much hit points you get. This is actually called mortal points, and I'm going to explain that later on. And enemy losses that much hit points. So basically you leech blood for the enemy. He loses hit points, you gain some. This class starts with 45 hit points. This can be increased because it is RPG. You know, you're gonna become more healthier. You'll have more hit points to spread. And also starts with mortal points. This 5 number here that you can see on the top right corner. That's like a constant. Actually, it starts like a constant, but it's also variable because later on it could be increased. So, for instance, this magic here that's give me like, depending how much mortal points are, if I increase it, like right now I'm healing 5, but later on I can heal 8, 10, and who knows how much else. Also, I didn't write one more thing. I'm not gonna add it here, it's not important right now, but every character also starts with despair. Now it's not written in the card, probably gonna add it somewhere below. I could add despair and the number. Despair is something like a sanity, let's say, in this world, because it's a world of hell. You're gonna try to fight through hell to escape it. And as your despair increases, you have maximum despair. So if you go beyond that, you just gonna revert to your starting stage like a lost soul in hell, and you're not gonna be able to escape. So some kind of like a sanity. Alright, now let's see our enemy here. 12 hit points. He also has mortal points for, because we use this constant a lot. You're gonna see how that works. It's called Flesh Mangler. He's kinda cute. And there are some icons down below which I can tell you immediately that he cannot parry, he cannot block, and every hard card is basically +2. So you'll see how that works. So let's prepare for the combat. So me against this little creature. You're gonna shuffle deck of cards. You're gonna draw 5, like your hand. Now this is the only character that actually has a hand size of 5. All other characters have hand size of 4. Okay, one more. Ooh, that's actually pretty good draw. Alright, so in my game, for the combat, every suit is actually some kind of an action. So for instance, I think this is called spades. This is called spades. So spades are fast attack. Okay. Hearts are strong attacks. Clubs are parry, and if I had any diamonds, that would be block. My character can do all of these things. I can do a strong attack, I can do a fast attack, I can parry, and I can block. Okay. This enemy here, as you can see, -2 clubs and -2 diamonds. He cannot parry, he cannot block, but he does have his stronger attacks a bit much stronger. As you can see, for instance, if he would have this card 6 with a heart with a +2, for him this is 8. Okay. Alright. Now some enemies also could have a hellbound trait like this one here, but I'm gonna explain that when we're actually fighting the other guy. Hellbound, yeah, hellbound, not bound, bound. He's bound to hell, so basically you have to break the bond with the hell to actually be able to kill him, which the more bond he has, it's harder to kill him. Alright, after that, if this character has had any hellbound, you actually draw that card and place them face down. It's like he has a hand of his own, but you can't see it, it's face down, and he can use it during some attacks, but this guy doesn't have it. It's just, you know, standard creature, Flesh Mangler, easy to kill. Now we're gonna decide who's gonna go first, basically initiative, and it is done by drawing at least 2 cards. Now we are looking for suits, basically colors. If I draw 2 black, it's gonna be creature attacking me. If I draw two red, it's me attacking creature first. So let's see. Red, okay, I need another one red. Nope. Now either black or red, depending. Okay, so black. So the creature goes first. And this will also make a little discard here, because you always have some cards in a discard. Alright, so creature is starting first, and then we're gonna exchange. So he will attack first, then I will, after him, I'm gonna have my combat turn, then he's gonna have a combat turn, and so on and so on. Okay, let's just push a bit here. So let's see what the creature is gonna do. Bam. So pretty good card. That's a strong attack of 10, but don't forget he actually has a +2, so this is a strong attack of 12. And now I have my cards in my hand, and I can decide how I'm gonna respond. And I'm gonna walk you through this, because it's for the first time it's gonna be a little convoluted. You're gonna think, oh Jesus, this is like complicated, but actually it's not that much once you go through the combat a bit more. So he's attacking with the strong attack. If I want to, I can attack him back with my strong attack. Okay. Now here's a problem with that tactic. He's attacking with a stronger attack than me. Normally, when we have this situation that the hearts, one of the hearts has a stronger attack, I will lose one option that only stronger attack has. I can either add a card for my hand, that must be hearts, or I can draw one from a deck and add it to this. In this case I can't do that, because his stronger attack is better, which he can do. He will draw a card, and if it's hearts, he's even gonna add more damage. But in this scenario he will hit me, I will hit him, and that's it. I will probably take more damage than him, and we will continue. Oh, by the way, I need to track the damage. I'm gonna write it here. So I have 45. Normally you would write this on the piece of paper. He has 12. So pretty good card for him. So I'm just thinking I'm not gonna do that. I have some other options, and this is where these cards with the letters come in question. Now in this game, every card with a letter is stronger than the card with the numbers. So jacks, queens, kings and aces are better than any other card. So just by playing ace, I already have a stronger card. Okay. But this is like a fast attack. With a fast attack, you can play all the fast cards from your hand. So right now I have 2 of them, and these one actually with the letters I consider as a critical success. So this will be critical fast hit if I decide to play the ace or a king. Doesn't really matter, but actually, well, it would matter if he has like a king. I would probably want to play ace, because just like in poker, it is like jacks are lower than queens, queens are lower than kings, and kings are lower than aces. So I can play these 2 cards as my fast attack, and it would be stronger than his attack, but it wouldn't make any difference. He's still gonna do some damage to me, and I'm still gonna do some damage to him. It's just a question, we're just gonna exchange damage. So what else can I do? Well, I can parry. I have 2 cards that can parry, but with the 2 it would be useless, because the card is stronger than his. My parry will be inefficient, and I can't counterattack. Usually when you parry or do a good block, you can counterattack. Now parry is a bit better, because even if you have equal strengths, you can still do a counterattack, while with the block, if you have equal strength, like if this was like diamonds and it was 10 of diamonds, so equal of 10 of oh, actually this is 12, so I would need higher than that. Well, we don't have higher than that. I would actually have to play probably just a card with a letter. so not in this, but let's say he doesn't have a +2, just for the sake of example. So that's a 10 of diamonds against a 10 of hearts, so we are even basically. And when you even, you can't counterattack, you just block it and that's it. But if I have a better block, like if this was, I don't know, maybe 6 and this was 8, I would be able to counterattack. So that's some things that blocking can do. This card wouldn't do me much, this one either, because it's still lower, so it will be fail parry. So right now I have two options. I can go with a 6 and that will be all the damage I can do, or I can try a critical hit, which I'm gonna do right now. So it's gonna be critical hit. I'm gonna use king. Doesn't really matter if I'm using king or ace, you'll see why. And then immediately I can play any other card to just boost the strength of this card. So I'm adding also an ace. Okay, that's the only thing that you can do with these fast attacks. As many spades I have, I can play them all right now. I can boost these to, if I have 5 spades, I can play all of them if I want to right now. Now it's a critical, as any card with the letters is a critical. It's not gonna save me from this damage, but it's gonna give me some option, and that option is every time you do a critical, you're gonna draw additional 2 cards, and if it's the same suit, you're gonna add that to this damage. So let's do that immediately. And by the way, when you're adding cards, you're testing who has a better strength, and that guy is basically drawing first. Right now, you know, these cards are better than any numbers, so I'm drawing 2 cards. I'm looking for spades. Nope. No. So this will be all the damage I'm gonna deal. Now this guy, as he also lost that ability. If you remember, if the strong damage is higher than whatever you do, he has a +1 more card that he can draw and add to that strong. He's gonna lose that ability because it doesn't work right now. I'm winning. Looking at these 2 cards, I'm kind of winning. I have a better cards. We're still gonna take damage, each of us. So now let's exchange the damage. So in this case I will take 10, but don't forget he has a +2, so that's a 12. So that's going to be -12 to me. Sorry. And how much he's gonna take? Well, this is where we're looking at these mortal points right now. So each card with just a letter, when it's after you decide is it a better card than his, you just add this to each of the card you have. So basically these mortal points. So this is a 5 and this is a 5. He's gonna take 10 damage. So -10. And after we resolve that, he only has 2 hit points left, while I have 33 hit points left. Alright, now don't forget I have a special ability. Once per combat, discard heart plus spade to gain hit points. I do have a heart, but I don't have any spades right now, but that could change. Now your magic you can play, this all goes to discard. Your magic you can play before or any time during the combat, basically out of turn. So after I play my cards, I draw back to 5, and right now if I get any spades, okay, I actually have one, I can decide to use them to heal. Then I'm gonna draw again back to 5, and then I can decide how I'm gonna attack. Don't forget, it's my turn after his. So yeah, I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna but these are actually good cards. I'm still gonna do it. So I have to discard spade and heart. Doesn't really matter what kind of values are, because for magic, usually magic works like this. You just have to discard some kind of type of suits. So I'm gonna get my mortal points. That's my hit points, so +5. So from 33 +5, we're gonna go to 38, and he's gonna lose 5, and he's gonna die, and that's it. That's the end of our combat. Pretty simple. Now whenever you end your combat, you draw back to your hand, and then after combat there is a time that you can heal. Now during a game you're probably gonna find an item called the flask. Well, right now it's flask of blood, but that name could change, and you could use that during a combat. You don't have to wait till the end, because by the end you may actually die, you know. So during a combat you can use healing, just like I use my little magic here. But after the combat, well, how much do you heal really depends on your hand you have. So this is how it works. Any diamonds or hearts I can combine together, so only 2 cards, but I can combine their values together and heal that much. Unlucky for me, I only have 1 of these. Now it can also be 2 diamonds or 2 hearts, any combination, as long as they're red. So in this case I discard all my hand, and I use this 7 to heal myself, and that's +7. I can't go again more than 45, so adding a +7, let's see, that's exactly 45. So I'm just back to my standard health. Well, let's do it like this. And this guy died. And then before I discard him, I would wrote in my little paper how much blood droplets, which is kind of money in this game, I would get. I get the same amount his hit points. So I'm gonna do this on my little note here, and I would wrote 12 blood drops BD. And that's like money in this world, because you can actually encounter merchants later on and buy some stuff, you know, armor or better, just like in Dark Souls. So this guy is dead. Bam. Let's remove him. And now let's say I manage to, you know, during some other encounters, get this guy to fight. So he's a bit different. As you know, I in previous fight I have a strong attack, fast attack, I can parry, I can block. This guy here, as you can see, he can't parry, -2 clubs. Clubs are for parrying, but he can block, he can do a fast attack, and he can do, so quite different than this little creature here that couldn't parry or block. This guy can, and you'll see how that actually works. Also, any diamonds are +2, so he's really good at blocking. You can actually see he carries some kind of a shield. And if I kill him, you can see loot, and there is a little symbol of spade. Basically there will be a little chart in the booklet for loot. You would draw first spade that you draw, and you check the number, and that's going to be your loot, something like that. Also, this guy has he's hellbound of 2, hellbound actually, he's bonded with hell. Okay, let's write his stats. So he has 30 hit points. His mortal points are 5, same as mine. And now, before every combat, you always reshuffle a deck, and you always draw your hands first. So let's see. Oh, not a bad hand. Well, lots of 2s, I'm not so sure. We'll see. I might use them to, you know, just remove them to heal later on. Alright, now this guy is, as I said, hellbound 2. So he gets 2 cards face down, and you'll see how that works very soon. That's like his hand, but also his shield, because if I bring him to 0, actually let's keep them here. If I bring him to 0 health, and I have to do a finisher, instead of killing him I have to discard one of these cards. So this is like his special lives. He can sustain 2 more hits before he actually dies. So he's a bit tougher to kill. Alright, let's check who's going first. Okay, this time I'm going first. Alright, let's see. Okay, my bone club is really good at defending, so I have +2 to diamond suits. So this 5 could actually be 7. So I can put up a shield and see what he's gonna draw. But in this case I think I'm gonna try to do just strong attack. Okay, let's hope it's gonna be good. So he draws a 7 of shields, basically diamonds are shields. And for him it's not a 7, that's actually 9. So he has a better shield. Okay, you'll see now how it works. Because he has he already won in this little tug of war, he's gonna block my attack and then he's gonna do a counter attack. Okay, so how that works? Same thing I can do. If I block attack, I can do a counter attack. First, all my attack, I mean damage it's not gonna happen. Okay, so I can discard it immediately. And he is gonna draw, let me just check. I think for the shield it's actually 2 cards, but let me just check. Yeah, 2 cards. He's gonna draw 2 cards, and if he draw any how it's called, hearts or spades, he can combine them and do that damage, but this 7 will not be added to that damage. This is just the block that he managed to do. So let's draw it. Oh wow, okay, so this is not relevant. So right now he's gonna hit me for 8. He's just put the shield, counter attack, and hit me back for 8. Alright, so from 45 I go to 37. Okay, yeah, that's correct. I took 8 damage. All right. Bam. I draw a card and it is his turn. Do I want to heal? Not yet, not yet. I can't anyway. Let's see what he's gonna do. Alright, so normally this would be parry if he has ability to parry, but you see minus clubs he can't parry, so we discard this. So he now is completely open to any kind of my attacks. Now it would be stupid to parry because I mean I can do it. You actually can. You can turn parry in against other parry if it's higher. Right now it's 0. I'm definitely winning, and turn that into damage. But I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna go with a strong attack and check this out. I have a little ability here. Normally with the strong attacks, after you draw a card, you can draw additional 2 even from your hand, additional 1, sorry, from your hand or from a deck. But in my case, you can see a little hard with the 2 in parentheses. I'm actually hitting harder. So what I can do, I can immediately, if I have any hearts, so you'll be looking for hearts, I can add 2 to this damage, so it's already 5. And then if I even have more hearts, I can add that much, and that will be a really hard attack. Right now I'm thinking I'm gonna risk it. I'm hoping I'm gonna draw really at least 1 good hard card, so it's not gonna be just 3 damage. Let's see. Nope. No. I should have played it 2. Alright, so that's 3 damage to him. He's just scratched, so 27. Okay. He's next, and he's gonna do a parry. He can't. Oh, actually, it's not him. Let me shuffle. It's not him. It's me. Let me think. I have a block. Well, I'm gonna put the critical parry, and if I do that, I can do a counter attack. So let's try that. All right, this is interesting. So we are even by the strengths, and he's doing a strong attack against my parry. Normally, if this was just a block, let me check. Yeah, if this was just a block, I would just block, but with the parry, even if you are even, you can still, you're still winning, because parry is really good. So since I'm winning, I can add 2 more cards. This is a critical parry, so I'm adding 2 cards. What I'm looking for is let me check, do I adding 2 actually? Oh yeah, I'm still adding 2, because whenever it's critical you're adding 2. Normally it would be only 1, but it's critical. So again, what I'm looking for is hearts and spades, strong attacks, small attacks. I have a 2 that I can immediately add, and that could be good for, you know, removing it from my hand, but I really want to deal lots of damage. So let's hope it's gonna be oh, by the way, let me check something. Yeah, let's hope it's gonna be a heart of a spade. Okay, nope. No, damn it. Alright, so I parried and I do a counter attack, and this is basically, whenever it's critical, you can use that critical also for the damage. So how much? My mortal points, 5. So only 5 damage to him. Damn. So 22. Well, I'm doing some damage, but it's not that much. They're probably asking, when will this come into play? Well, I actually have to do a critical, either strong attack or a fast attack, and then I can try to break his bond with hell and even do more damage, but right now it's not happening. Okay. Oh, that's a good card. That's a strong attack, and since it is a, you know, letter card, lots of damage. Alright, again he can't parry, so I can only discard, so he's completely open for my attack. Well, it's time to show you how I can actually break his hell bond. So I'm using strong attack, and it's a critical one. So normally, you can actually see here, normally I would, if this was a number card, I can add 1 more. When it's critical, I can add 2 more. I'm just looking for the same suit, but check my special ability. I can add 2 more, and for the critical 2 more, so I'm gonna add 4 cards, and I need to get like these hearts. I think it's time to add at least one of them as and I'm gonna place them like this, and you'll see why. So I'm adding 2, and the rest I'm gonna draw, so 3 more. Ooh, nice one. Now this is not another critical, it doesn't combo, this is basically just mortal points, 5. So this is a 5. And then another one, nothing. We're looking just for hearts. Alright. So right now I'm gonna hit him for 5. We're looking at mortal points, 2, 7, and another 5, 12. He's gonna take 12 damage, which will bring him to 10 hit points. And now I have an option. I just managed to execute critical strong attack or critical fast attack, depending if I had any spades. This is a critical strong attack, and this is the only time we can actually try to break this bond. This is how it works. Only the damage that I drew besides the major card. So right now it's 7, right? 5 and a 7. I can choose to flip one of these cards. If my damage, if this 7 is higher, it must be higher, not equal, just higher than one of the cards I flipped, then I can use all the cards from my hand to just to combine all their values to deal even more damage, and I'm gonna remove one of these cards. So it's a bit risky, because right now this is not much, 7, so I need 6, 5, 4, 2, 3, 2, right? Now if I try to do that, I'm not so sure. I'm gonna try it, of course, just for the sake of this video. But if I flip and it is equal or higher than the damage I'm trying to deal, he's gonna draw a card, and depending on the value, we're just looking for the value. Oh wait, no, he's not gonna draw a card. He's gonna add his mortal points to the card I flipped, and that's how much damage I'm gonna take in return. So I didn't make to break a bone, he get up and break me. So 7 against, I mean, okay, I'm gonna do it. Let's try this one. Oh, damn it. Alright, so I didn't manage to do it. So he will add this. As you know, all the letter cards are better than any number cards. We are just looking these two, no critical, just these two. So that's his mortal points, 5 plus his mortal points, a card plus mortal points. So this is 5 and this is 5. I'm gonna take 10 damage in return. So I'm going to 27. Wow, that was brutal. And he will just get a replacement for that card because I didn't manage to break his bondage with help. Okay, I draw back to 5. And totally forgot whose turn is because I'm explaining all of this, so I'm kind of trying to. But if I remember, should be me. Okay, do I want to heal? I could actually heal, but there are pretty good cards. Oh, he only has 10 hit points, but I'm also very low. You can see, as when you get to the character that can, you know, do some stuff and he's dangerous, then it's really hard to kill it. Okay, I'm not gonna heal yet. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put up the block with the hopes it's gonna be enough to do a counter attack. So let's see. Okay, he's gonna do fast attack. Okay, with the fast attack, if I had like any spades, I could add and boost the value. He can do the same. He can do the same with these hellbounds. This is where his like little hand comes into play. So we flip both of them and see, can he do that? No, we are looking for spades. So you discard them and draw 2 new. Okay, he couldn't boost this. So right now it's a fast attack of 5 against my shield, which might actually quite better. Bone Cloud gives me +2, so this is 10 against 5. Okay, so my shield is stronger now. As I said, if it was an equal, nothing would happen. I just would use this card, but my shield actually is much better than his attack, so I can counter attack. So how that works? Well, when you have a higher shield, I draw 2 cards and I'm looking for hearts and spades. Okay, and I'm not adding my shield or anything. This is not a critical, so I can discard it. I'm just looking for hearts and spades. Okay, that's nice. Wow, great. Now I could add hearts and spades from my hand also. Don't forget, you don't have to draw from a deck, you can add from a hand. So maybe I should do yeah, probably should do 6 and a 9, but I'm holding them back. Alright, so this is nothing. He's gonna take 5. Don't forget my mortal points +2. That's gonna be 7 damage from him. So from 10 he's going to 3 hit points left. Okay, so far so good. Draw replacement, and now he's gonna try something. Oh wait, it was his turn. It's me actually. Oh no, it wasn't. I put the shield. Yeah, there. Okay, let's give him some leverage because I shuffle the deck. All right, this is a good example. Now let's see. It's a critical fast attack. Let's see, can he actually add some? Oh yeah, he can add this thing to that. And he's gonna get a replacements immediately, because these cards, whenever he uses them, as long as I don't break them, you know, discard them, he can still use them later on, just replenishing his hand like I would. But in his case, he's basically replenishing immediately. Alright, very critical fast attack, which I can't do much about it. I have a weak shield, my parry is not that much. The only thing I can try to do is to refresh my hand maybe. So this is a good time to heal. So I'm using magic, and don't forget, you can use magic anytime during a turn. And I'm doing that too, so I can draw 2 more cards and of course heal myself. So I'm gonna get 5 health. Okay, and this could be actually good. So gonna get to 32. He's gonna lose 5 health. Normally he would die, but don't forget he has a hellbound, so instead of dying we just discard one of his hellbound cards. Well, at least he's gonna remove 1. And now I'm gonna draw back to 5 because I use my magic. Oh, okay, I can see something that I can use. Now don't forget, his strength right now is king, okay, not an ace. You're just adding this to king, okay, but this is his strength. King is the card that he drew first. Sadly for me, I only have queens. If I have kings or aces, I could do something about it, but I'm afraid this will be just a damage for me. Because if I parry, it's lower than a king, parry will be unsuccessful, all damage gonna pass. I can do another thing. I can also do critical fast attack. So he will deal damage to me, I will deal damage to him. Now, since it is critical, don't forget, you're always drawing 2 cards. In this case, he is looking for 2 spades, I also looking for 2 spades. So let's resolve that. He has a stronger hand, so he's gonna draw first. Nope. No spades. Okay, I'm hoping I'm gonna draw some. Okay, that's not bad. Alright. Oh wait. Oh, okay, so I didn't have any in my hand. I could also add something from my hand. So I will take damage, he will take damage. We're both like doing fast attacks against each other without, you know, just fighting. Okay, definitely that's gonna, instead of killing him again, that's just gonna, well actually, yeah, that's gonna bring his bond. So I can discard this, doesn't really matter. Here I'm gonna take, these are both 5s, so 5 and a 5, that's a 10. So from 32 I will go to 22. Wow. But now he's basically just lingering. I just need to, you know, hit him once and he's dead. And since it is my turn, I will try by using strong parry, critical parry. So let's see. Alright, so that's a 10. He doesn't have any pluses to that. So this is card better. I can do a counter attack. He will not deal any damage to me, so I can discard this. As you know, we're looking for, with the parry, we're looking for spades and hearts. I'm gonna add one from my hand. So that would be 5 and a 4, 9 damage. He doesn't, basically he's on 0 already and he dies. Bam. And I managed to kill him. And then I would look for the loot. I would gain, how much he has hit points? I think 30. Yeah, so I will get 30 blood drops, basically money. So let me write that. So I go to 42 blood drops. And I will draw back my hand. Don't forget, you can always heal at the end of the combat. So in this case I do actually have 2 diamonds cards that I can use. So 3 and a 5, and I discard everything else as we finish the combat. So that will heal me 8. So from 22 I go to 30. And that's my hit points right now. I managed to kill 2 enemies, but as you can see, if I get any more of those creatures like really strong, I can actually die. So yeah, you just saw how the combat works. I know it is lots to take it, but I'm gonna talk about it even more as we progress. I actually have on 2 pages written how the combat works. It's just like pitting one suit against each other, and what happens when you have like different, you know, heart against the heart, and one heart is higher and so on. You can memorize that pretty quickly, and together with the critical, you know, hits and how they work. At the beginning it's gonna be hard, but as you fight more, it's just gonna flow pretty fast. So that's it for now. I'm gonna talk about this game later more as I make more videos. I'm gonna explain how you move through locations. You actually draw a little map, and you have like point to point system. You can backtrack how do you doing quests, and how you meet because it's not just fighting. You're probably gonna meet some NPCs which gonna give you even more quests, side quests that you can do. But there is a main quest that you have to do, but if you do it you just win a game. But besides the main quest, you're always gonna have some side quests that can give you better loot and something that's gonna help you survive. So your character will progress, your hit points gonna rise, your mortal points gonna rise, your despair maximum despair is also gonna rise, so you don't return to be just lost soul and stuff like that. You're gonna probably learn some more magic. You're gonna keep all of that on your paper. You're gonna, as you kill more enemies, you're gonna get money or blood drops that you could use with the merchants to buy some stuff, maybe some flasks, some healing potions that's gonna help you during a fight. And of course, as any other Dark Souls game, there are gonna be mini bosses and major bosses, and trust me, they gonna have a lots of hit points, and it's gonna be really hard to kill them because they will not have these problems with they can't parry or block. They will be able to do anything that you can do, and they're also gonna get some bonuses to that, like for instance some rule breaking stuff. So their strong attack could be like drawing 5 cards and adding it, so they can like hit you and kill you in one shot. So as you can see, it is a beginning of a good game, I hope. And it's not gonna be a large game, just deck of cards, booklet, and you just find another deck for playing cards, and you set to go. Alright, and probably because it's gonna be a little booklet, I guess you can travel and play this whenever you wanna play, and also you can save game because you just need to carry those paper with you, and then you can say it's enough for now, I'm gonna continue later on. And depending, like any RPG game, it could, as I said, it could take like 10 minutes to 10 days. You don't know what's gonna happen and how much you're gonna progress and will you be able to finish the game. In any case, this video, it's quite long, sorry, but I had to show you how the combat works because that's the meat. If there is lots of combat is those like a Dark Souls game, that's basically it needs to be fleshed out really good. Everything else is basically drawing some cards and resolving some things and maybe doing some tests and stuff like that. So see you in the next video, and you see how I progress as I draw this, because I need to do art and other stuff. See you next time, and bye.